uh, help. I'm sorry, sweetie. Honey Badger doesn't give a shit.
What happens when the nicest woman in Hollywood can't stop saying bitch?
Let's start with her line.
Yes.
Bitch.
When an 88-year-old legend makes jokes that would make a sailor blush?
Bit chesty to begin with, but let's see if we can find your boobs.
Yeah, we got.
And when Betty White laughs so hard at her own mistakes that no one can keep it together?
I know what action means.
So do I, but it's been so long.
You're about to watch Betty White lose it in the most hilarious ways possible. We're starting with what might be the most infamous Betty White blooper of all time. In this Hot in Cleveland scene, her character, Elka, is supposed to explain that she signed up for a dating website after a drinking binge. Simple enough, right? Wrong. Betty couldn't get through it. Why? Because her character's screen name was Bend Her Over.
I signed up when my bender was over. In fact, that's my screen name. Bend her over. I signed up when my bender was over. I signed up when my bender was over.
Watch as Betty absolutely loses it. Take after take, she just cannot say this line without cracking up. And honestly, who could blame her? The joke is perfect, and Betty's reaction makes it even funnier.
I signed up when my... I signed up when my... No, please forgive me, please.
Here's something relatable. Betty White was in her late 80s and early 90s while filming Hot in Cleveland. And sometimes she'd have what we all lovingly call a grandma moment. In this scene, Betty's supposed to mention that the character Joy got married. But instead, she says, Joe finally did get married to Victoria.
And Joe finally did get married to Victoria. No,
I think her name is Joy.
Joy.
You called her.
What makes this so endearing is Betty's genuine confusion, followed by her realization.
Joe. Maybe I not in my head.
Sometimes a blooper isn't about forgetting lines. It's about the absurdity of what you're actually saying, hitting you mid-sentence.
I left my girdle at Pierre's.
At one point, she even says, I left my griddle at Pierre's once, which makes absolutely no sense and sends everyone into another fit of laughter.
I left my girdle at Phil at what's his name?
Here's what made Betty White special. She wasn't afraid to break the fourth wall and interact directly with the studio audience during filming. In this Golden Girls blooper, Betty stumbles over her line about Dorothy having a date with a Commodore. She messes up, the audience starts laughing at her mistake, and Betty stops everything.
Don't laugh. Now, this is not funny.
Betty knew exactly what she was doing. She was humble, professional, and absolutely hilarious all at once.
We have a sizable sucker American community. What are you laughing at?
This wasn't the only time Betty engaged with the audience during bloopers. She often acknowledged them, joked with them, and made them part of the behind-the-scenes fun. Betty White was 88 years old during this Hot in Cleveland scene, but her comedic timing was sharper than ever. The scene requires her to mention the Showtime series Californication, but Betty, being Betty, saw an opportunity for a joke.
That show he's on. Californication.
Go back the whole line, Betty. I need the whole line.
I can't just say fornication.
The entire cast and crew burst into laughter. Betty White was famously devoted to her late husband, Alan Ludden, who passed away in 1981. She never remarried, once saying, Once you've had the best, who needs the rest? But that didn't mean she couldn't joke about it.
More time, and Betty gets it.
I haven't had it in so long.
Oh.
Ryan Reynolds and Mary Steenburgen absolutely lose it. The innuendo is clear, and Betty delivered it with perfect timing. This Golden Girls blooper is pure gold. Rose is supposed to deliver one of her famous Saint Olaf stories about running for Butter Queen. The line is, "I've kept these bitter butter memories too long." It's already a tongue twister, and Betty delivers it, but then hesitates.
These bitter butter memories too long. As the finale. Oh God, they're recasting.
Here's a wild one. On the Mary Tyler Moore Show, Betty delivers what seems like a perfect take. She's smooth, professional, hitting all her marks. Mary Tyler Moore doesn't even notice anything wrong. But then Betty stops and admits something shocking.
I just didn't want to be alone in this thing. I thought if everybody else could come out here and louse up.
She messed up on purpose. She threw her lines intentionally so that Mary Tyler Moore wouldn't be the only one making mistakes. Sometimes bloopers happen because of other people, and Betty White was never shy about blaming her co-stars. All in good fun, of course. In this Hot in Cleveland scene, Betty keeps messing up the same line over and over.
You've got a... Bitch, you've got a bug down and you've got a... you gotta go. Bitch, you've got a front up and bug down. I can't work with these.
The joke is that it's clearly Betty who's messing up, not her co-stars. But she sells the frustrated diva act so perfectly that everyone cracks up. In The Proposal, 87-year-old Betty White had to film a scene where her character is doing a tribal dance in the woods. It's already an absurd and hilarious scene in the final film, but the blooper shows just how taxing it was. After multiple takes of dancing around, Betty is clearly exhausted. When the director says, "Do it again from the top," you can hear the genuine fatigue in Betty's voice.
Do it again from the top. I was praying for cut.
Even at her age, Betty was a total professional who'd keep going, take after take. Sometimes Betty couldn't get through a scene because the joke itself was just too funny. In this Hot in Cleveland scene about African rhinos, the setup is already ridiculous.
Now, Clementine is perfectly willing, but unfortunately, the only thing horny about Moses is his face.
You can see Betty barely holding it together as she says, "Horny." She starts laughing before she even finishes the line, and once she does, she completely loses it.
This might have to be a single.
This happened a lot with Betty. She genuinely found the material funny, even after multiple rehearsals. We mentioned this earlier, but it deserves its own segment. On Hot in Cleveland, there was a running gag in the bloopers where Betty would jokingly call people bitch before scenes started.
Let's start with her line.
Yes.
Bitch.
It happened multiple times across different episodes. So which blooper was your favorite? The bender over incident? The bitter butter memories? Betty calling her co-stars bitch? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, celebrating one of television's greatest treasures, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss our content.